Hello and welcome everyone to another StarCraft 2 England cast. Today I have got a game between the one, the only. We do have EmpireHappy versus GLSnute. Snute is the red Zerg player in the bottom left, and we have got Happy in the top right as the blue Terran player. Now, Happy is the #1 ranked Grandmaster player on the EU server, and we have got Snute, who is rank 15 on the EU Grandmaster server. So, this should be a good game. The map, of course, is Compound Corral, whatever, compound. Key things about this map, I mean, quite easy to take your natural, though this is quite wide. I mean, it's not too bad to hold. Obviously you can protect the ramp as well. In terms of Snute's position, I mean, he can put an evolution chamber, wall off quite nicely. Happy, I mean, you can get across this quite easily, but Happy's just going to wall off at the top, can't blame him. But I mean, you can expand quite quick because a couple of bunkers can cover this very, very nicely. So this should be a really, really good game. I'm looking forward to it. Now, I did say on the Idra game, if you haven't watched that Idra game, I cast at the same time, I'm uploading them together. Give that a watch, it's a laugh. I did say in that game that I wasn't going to cast, I was just going to cast one game, but then I changed my mind. Yeah, I did. So, I'm casting another game, and I really do hope you enjoy it. As I said in the other game, I usually say this at the end, but obviously quite a few people turn off as soon as the game finishes. If you do have any comments on my casting or anything like that, please give me some feedback. Leave some comments on the videos, what you like, what you don't like. Obviously, because if I get feedback, I can adjust my cast to kind of meet that and make it something that everyone likes more, which would be awesome. Because I really enjoy doing casts, and I want people to enjoy watching them. Snute has gone for the hatch first build, and that's very, very standard, obviously, in ZVT, just because you can do it. I mean, there's no reason you can't. You can defend anything early on that pressures that without too much hassle. I mean, Happy has got this one gas, so we're probably going to see, I'd almost guarantee, reactor Hellions, although it could be a Reaper, but almost certainly reactor Hellions because it is the go-to build. Now this SCV just kind of going around knows this is here and is coming behind the mineral lines, and here we go, bunker coming down, so going to be some very, very early pressure by Happy. Now a lot of people don't like early pressure, they think it's cheesy or whatever, but in all reality a Terran player has to put on early pressure, because if they don't, then the Zerg player's just left to drone, and then they don't really get behind. But all of this is wasted mining time while Snute tries to deal with this, and I actually think it's a really essential part of play for a Terran versus Zerg game. The Terran player has to put on this early pressure, otherwise the Zerg can just get so many drones, they have nothing to do. It does actually let that bunker finish, going to try and salvage it, should get it down, so again, that's absolutely fine, just so much mining time wasted. And here comes the second one. Now there is one Marine in here, going to do quite a bit of damage to that Overlord, may actually even try and take it out. 4 Zerglings are on the way though, so cancel that bunker, trying to build another one, but it looks like that SCV will go down. Obviously now those drones can go and deal with that Marine, and in the second one coming in, maybe I'll snipe down one drone. Doesn't look like they will. Actually, the Zerglings could come in, but one Zergling does go down. 2 Marines can deal with 3 Zerglings quite easily, to be honest. I mean, one Marine goes down, and actually no, 2 go down. So apparently you can't. But I always thought you could kill 3 Zerglings with 2 Marines, but perhaps not. Perhaps that's just because I'm not as good of a player as Snute, which is of course true. I'm not as good as Snute. But here we go. The reactor is down, so here comes reactor Hellions out. Meanwhile, Snute just getting his first gas, no sign of a second gas, getting a spine crawler as well. Sending this one Zergling up just to have a little poke. Again, he's going to see that reactor there, so he's already started reacting by putting that spine down, because the metagame is so much reactor Hellions that getting that spine is almost like a taken. Just get it anyway, because I mean, even if they don't get reactor Hellions, it's 150 mineral investment, 100 for the spine, 50 for the drone, but it means that you're just covered from so much more, and it's a lot safer position to be in. The first 2 Hellions are out, the Roach one on the way as well now somewhere, there we go. So Roach one out here, just forming more of the wall off, and will allow Snute to deal with those Hellions if a mass up does come, but he should be okay, just 2 there. Got 3 Queens out. The Queen's actually forming a wall off as well, so this is quite nice. Those Hellions are going to have a tough time. We're going to have to run all the way past this spine. 2 more are on the way, and actually Happy building 2 more, so going to be going up to 6 Hellions, so going to try and do some damage with this, I would presume. More drones just coming out for Snute. Snute's doing very well on the droning front, 33 drones to 22, so that's quite a big lead already. Here comes the Hellions, they're just going in now, and oh no, those drones are all lining up. The drones are all lining up. Oh my god, the Queen's blocking them as well, and that is a lot of burn drones. so many went down there. Oh, ow, Snute. That must be painful. Take a look. Ow. 13 drones down. So, there I was saying how Snute was droning so well, getting a good worker lead. He has pretty much gone level again with Happy because those Hellions did so much damage and more are coming in. That is 5, 6 more already. So straight away Happy just going very, very big here. He has actually got a second factory down and also getting Stim, getting another barrack, 2 more barracks actually. So quite a lot of stuff coming in, and I mean, a Marauder coming out, so I mean Happy hasn't expanded yet, so this is going to be pretty much a Marauder Hellion all in. And the Roach one, I mean Snute's going to be very, very happy that is down, and the Hellions have got into the main base. They're going to be able to slip past that Queen. One Queen can't block off a ramp, and this is not good. I mean Snute could be about to lose a lot more drones here. Doesn't want to line them up, whatever he does, but they are all clumping up quite badly, but no big hits going off as of yet. A couple more do get toasted. I mean 30 drones now killed by Happy. That is not a nice position. If you take a look at the count, it's 23 to 23. Obviously, Happy has cut all SCV production, and he's getting some more Tech Labs. I mean, those Hellions are going to go down, so if we switch back here, Tech Lab, yep, this is definitely going to be a Marauder Hellion all in. No upgrades are coming down, though. So, I mean, this is pretty much all in. Happy's cutthroat SCV production rather for a long, long time, so he is going to have to try and deal with that. Now, actually, Snute pushing forward with these, and that could be a problem. They're all going to get taken out by these Hellions pretty easily, and it's all about whether Snute can get in to see that there's no base. He will. The Hellions are out of position. Now this is a huge tell for Snute here. If he doesn't see that base there, he knows something is up, and he's now seen the Marauders as well, so he knows there's Hellion Marauders, knows that there is a push coming in. It's an all-in, there's no base there, and really now Snute can react, and this is... Snute has to react very, very specifically here. He needs to get a lot of spine crawlers down, and needs to start... Ideally, he needs a Baneling nest as well. So here we go. Spines are on the way. Now, to be honest, I think he's really got to get some more. And here comes a bit of the push now. He's Happy not actually pulling the SCV, so not going completely all in. There are 3 more Spines on the way. 4 Spines should just be able to deal with this, but a couple of Roaches going forward, trying to pick off a couple of Hellions now. And, I mean, just holding the watchtower to see exactly what's coming. Here comes the Marauders. I mean, these Spines should just get up in time. These Roaches need to be very careful not to get taken out, but do need to delay the push as long as possible. Good creep spread as well by Snute here. That'll be essential in holding this off for the extra range and movement speed and vision. So here we go. The Spines are down. 4 Queens and 3 Roaches to hold this off. And I mean, this could be quite tough to defend, and really it all depends how this goes on whether Snute wins or loses this game. And he's already taken a lot of losses. I mean, 37 drones killed already. A good scan going off. EmpireHappy just not want those creep coming up into his base any far forward. So just straight away taking them down. And here we go. Stim's going down, and we're going to have a big engagement. Those spine crawlers are getting focused down super, super quickly. And I mean, Happy's doing a lot of damage, but also taking a lot of damage. I mean, those Queens and Marauders doing a great job of finishing off the Hellions. Obviously, no Zerglings in there at all, and the Spines are getting pretty much focused. But a couple of great transfuses going off on the Queens. The first Spine does go down, and I mean, it looks like Snute is actually going to do a really good job. His Baneling nest is a 3/4 done as well, and it looks like Snute has pretty much held this off. Only 1 Hellion in there at the moment, so quite a lot of Zerglings coming in, because Zerglings will deal very, very well with the Marauders, and with only 1 Hellion, obviously the Zerglings won't die too quickly. Now, I mean, Happy is just following this up with more pressure. He is pretty much all in at this stage. If we take a look, 34 to 23 workers, so Snute has got quite a big lead there in terms of workers. Has got some more spine crawlers going down, moving them forward as well, so just going for a very, very forward position on these spine crawlers. The Roach one trying to be focused down by Happy, and another stim goes off for Happy. Obviously, every time he stims, these Marauders get a lot lower on health, so with no medevac, he has to be careful. And the Zerglings do get around there, and I mean, this is pretty nice kiting being done by Happy, just trying to pick off those Zerglings as best he can. And he does manage to do it without taking too much losses. More units are coming in though. Meanwhile, Snute is just getting 18 more Zerglings and 2 more Queens. I love the use of a lot of Queens just for the transfuses on those spines. It's absolutely brilliant, and that's what really helped him survive that first push. But here we go, Happy gearing up to go in yet again. And but if we look at those Marauders, they are getting quite low on HP just because they are repeatedly stimming. And the Hellion numbers have got a lot lower as well, but Happy's pretty much committed. The first Baneling's coming out now. Obviously, the Banelings do a great job of dealing with Hellions because they're not light, so they don't take bonus damage. and also they're not even armoured, so don't take bonus damage from Marauders. So really, it's all about whether Happy can get those Banelings to go off on the Marauders rather than the Hellions, because obviously if they go off on the Hellions, then he's going to lose a lot of that army. Trying to focus down this Rotron, and just from the positioning of the spines, I mean, it probably will go down. A second Rotron being built now by Snute, because he knows he needs that to defend, and I mean, that was a little win for Happy though. He took no losses and took out the Rotron. No more Roaches will be a bit of a problem. There is a evolution chamber down, and obviously that +1 carapace is half done. And just more units coming out, more spine crawlers on the way, more banelings. So really Snute's just going for very, very baneling heavy. Meanwhile, Happy is just building more Marauders. That is pretty much all he's building. Still hasn't expanded or built anything more back in his base. It's all about this push. Happy is so all in right now. He has to win. And here comes the banelings, and just kiting them through. Quite a few Hellions do go down there, but a lot of banelings go off on the Marauders themselves, and a Queen goes down. And this isn't a good spot for Snute here. He's got to be careful. His Rotron has just finished though. Getting some more Roaches out, getting some more Banelings in the back here. Drones being pulled as well. And I mean, this is all pretty intensive. It all depends whether Snute can hold this or whether Happy can push through and deal enough damage. But I think Happy's got to win this game. And if you look, Snute's just wearing down that army so well. Here comes the Banelings moving forward as well. They are slow Banelings though, so has to be careful not to get them kited off creep. And Happy just pulling back, but he's only got those 3 Marauders left, so has to be very, very careful how he uses them, because obviously once those Roaches come out, he's got a bit of problems. Great use of the Hellions there to pick off quite a few Banelings, and I mean, that was quite good by Happy there. So again, his Hellion numbers are getting a bit higher, but obviously here comes the Roaches, 3 more on the way after this as well. Focus firing down those Marauders, because obviously the Marauders do the bonus damage to the Roaches. You've got to take them out quickly, and Snute just going for it, moving forward. And I mean, some more Marauders are on the way now for Snute there. Obviously he knows that the Rotron is back down somewhere, and in comes some Zerglings. A lot of Zerglings in production, 22 more, and it does actually look like Snute is going to hold this off. Obviously +1 carapace is now finished, no upgrades at all for Happy at the moment. So I mean, Happy somehow still is keeping his push going, but obviously the longer it goes, the better position Snute is in, because I mean, if you take a look at the work count, 38 to 24, Snute has a much better income, and I mean, still Happy is managing to keep the pressure on. The spines moving forward, a lot more Queens out. Do any of the Queens have enough energy for a transfuse? No, they don't. So no transfuses will be coming out. Those Hellions moving forward to scouting, and more Hellions coming in production for Happy. He's also getting a couple more Marauders on the way, and here comes the Zerglings and the Banelings. The Zerglings obviously going to try and get us around, just so those Banelings can connect without getting kited. But I mean, a big hit, one Baneling does go off there, and all those Zerglings are cleaned up. And I mean, the Banelings have to be careful. They're not going to be able to get back at all, and they do get picked off. Meanwhile, just one Hellion trying to work its way down on the Queen. A transfuse does go down. 8 more Banelings in production, a lot of Zerglings and a couple more Roaches, and still just Hellions and Marauders for Happy. This is so intensive. I mean, this has been going on for like probably 10 minutes or so. No, just under 10 minutes. The push came at about 9 minutes 30, I believe. So 9 minutes of this constant aggression by Happy, and Snute is just doing such a great job of holding this off. Happy as, I mean, cup production, I think he's all out. Yep, he's completely mined out of his base because of the mules, so really this is his last attempt. He's either going to make this work or not. The SC, he has expanded though behind this. I even missed that just through all the intense pressure, so I mean, Happy has literally just moved his command center down. He didn't expand, he just moved it down, but here you go, Snute moving forward, and I mean, just trying to pick up some stuff. There's only one Marauder left, so those Hellions won't do very well against the Roaches at all, and the final Marauder does fall, so those Hellions are going to go down. 7 more Roaches are on the way, more in production as well. Here comes the Banelings and the Zerglings, just trying to get us around on those Hellions to pick them off, and I mean, Snute's done really well here. He's doubled the supply of Happy now, and I mean, I think he's pretty much defended this. And here we go, those Roaches are still moving forward. Gotta be careful not to get any of those Banelings picked off, but wow, I mean, Happy's just had to fly his command center down as well, because he's mined out his main, and he's got nothing more in terms of production facilities, but obviously he had to cut his production while that command center was flying down. And a couple more Marauders are out now, but still not many. There's a lot of Banelings. There's great control by Snute, just making sure those Banelings don't get taken out. Here comes a big wave of Zerglings. And behind this, Snute is taking his 3rd base as well, and I mean, here we go, going. No, we're not. Happy's going to push on. This is so intense. It's like a massive bling micro battle in the ZvZ. But here we go. Happy is just going to be forced backwards, and those Zerglings are getting a good surround. The Hellions are managing to do too much damage, and Happy's in a corner now. Huge Baneling hits go off. All the Hellions do go down, And I mean, that's pretty much it now. That Baneling just getting focused down by SCVs. None of them go down because obviously it takes 2 Banelings to kill workers. But the Marauders are now down, and there is the GG from EmpireHappy. Oh my god, that took a lot of breath out of me. I hope you did enjoy it though. And I mean, that was a crazy game. Great defense by Snute though. So well done to him, beating the #1 GM player on the EU server. Thank you very much for watching. If you liked, please give me a thumbs up, please subscribe, and please leave any comments you have with regard to the game, my casting or anything like that, because obviously I love the feedback. So thank you very much, and tune in again. Bye for now.